But if you know, you know. But for now, watch out to engage stories are here because this week is looking up to be an interesting, if not an intense one. Especially because, well, based on kile ambacho tunasikia ni kwamba youths in Kenya and Tanzania are set for a major digital literacy boost following the commission of free mobile digital labs or DigiTrucks under the Regional Teachers Initiative for Africa. Officially handed over to Tanzania's ambassador to Kenya, Dr. Bernard Yohana Kibese in Syokimau. The project expands on an earlier Kenyan slot that had enrolled over 10,000 youths. Each self-sustainable DigiTruck is a solar-powered mobile lab designed to accommodate over 20 students in remote areas, providing the internet connectivity and tech training needed for online employment. Baron Olivier Vandeni and CEO of Close Gap highlighted that the initiative, which now has 21 trucks active across East Africa, aims to equip vulnerable populations with essential modern labor skills, with digital project coordinator Esther Mongeli Njoki adding that the Tanzanian rollout is already collaborating with 12 lower secondary schools.
Trucks, DigiTruck Nyansha, Bitale and Kizazi will be going to regions in Kigoma. And in a few days, the solar panels, the internet connectivity, the 21 refurbished laptops, and the interactive learning display will move from just being static infrastructure in our yard to active engines of digital literacy and community transformation, bridging the digital divide, which is our mission here at Close the Gap, and to ensure that everyone has access to technology.
Looking very nice, looking very nice. I hope that Kenyan youth get to benefit from this, especially when it comes to opportunities for jobs, not only locally, but abroad as well. Now, speaking of jobs, hey. Now imagine, if you will, that mahali unaenda kufanya kazi, hakuna mtu ana look over your shoulder, ati anauliza unafanya nini? Hakuna za umeingia saa ngapi? Well, that is a reality for someone. A Danish company, aptly called Clever, is currently testing a business model that they think is exceptionally clever. They have officially fired all the bosses at their Copenhagen headquarters. Denmark's leading electric car charging operator has completely done away with the traditional corporate ladder. Hakuna managers, hakuna directors, absolutely zero hierarchy. Instead, the company runs on entirely self-managed teams, meaning every single employee gets a say in the decision-making process and holds the keys to following through. Now, the company's co-founder, Kasper Kirtertorp Moller, argues that locking people down with corporate red tape is old school. And I mean that in a new era where AI can handle all the boring efficiency tasks, real human skills and creativity are the only things that will keep companies thriving. So if you ever wanted to look your boss in the eye and say, "You're not the boss of me," itabidi umehamia Denmark.
I work in a team where we're equal. We're different roles and we come with different backgrounds, but each of our voices are equally important, and we're here to succeed together, so there's no internal competition with each other. We're actually here to be better together and help each other succeed.
I think what we learn is that you cannot just release freedom and remove structures, because then you enter into chaos. So initially, I had a lot of the difficult tasks initially, how we fire people, how we hire people, because we didn't know what to do it in the new way. But it was also a very hard task. So what we was that we need to create structures and processes for this in order to make sure that it can work the new way. But I think in the new era where AI will do everything around efficiency, then I think it's the human skills, it's the human business who will be essential for companies to thrive and innovate in the future. So we need to think about how we can not lock people down, but get the very best out of them.
Ini confusing. Isi uko sure kama ni celebrate ama ni mourn, because yes, in as much as I understand what AI is capable of doing. There is something about the human intuition that can never be replaced by any machine. And yes, wanasema hakuna, you know, the humans are there, their creativity is there, but then your leadership structure sasa ndio hakuna. Kila mtu ako sawa, amesawazishwa. Wacha tuipatie 6 months. I think wacha tutarudi, leo ni tarehe ngapi? Leo ni tarehe 22 June. So July, August, September, October, November, December. Wacha tutaona. By December 22nd, I think tunafaa kuget hii story. Producer Mark, 22nd of December. Tutapiga review tuone hii kampuni imeendelea aje. Sawa? Haya. Wacha tutoke from one European country to another. We're in Hudiksvall, Sweden. 8 families are drastically cutting electricity bills by using their electric vehicles as bidirectional batteries on wheels. Now, this project, this pilot project by BRF, Sternberg, Volkswagen, and Vattenfall utilizes vehicle to grid, that is V2G technology, to charge EVs during cheap off-peak hours and feed power back to homes and the grid during high-priced peak periods. Ebu shikilia hapo kwanza. So, ini system ambayo, just kui break down kidogo, unaona kama unaweza generate power kwako, labda uko na ka solar farm kako. So in European countries and also I think in America, there is a way, badala ya wewe kutumiaga tu stima kwako, kuna venye unaweza ongeza stima iende kwa serikali na wale watu ambao wana run systems za power. Which is something very interesting that I came to find out about. And now wanasema kuna magari ambazo ukizichaji mchana during off-peak, during off-peak whether ni mchana ama ni usiku, and then kuna time inafika unarudisha hiyo stima kwa grid. Okay. Combined with rooftop solar and a shared heat pump, the complex is nearly self-sufficient, demonstrating a model that experts say could massively stabilize national grids if the industry can overcome lingering bureaucratic and regulatory hurdles.
And this is where the system opens the car for when it needs to be uncharged and charged. So basically, so you can see right now the car is set at 80%. So the system will then optimizes this car so it discharges the energy, so it goes to the house and to the grid. So for
This vehicle is connected to the main administration building of the University of Gävle. We are able to feed in power from this battery, and we can run the administration building just from this vehicle. We need to connect the vehicle to the grid with a charger, a vehicle to grid charger. On average, a car like this that we have here can maybe support the electricity use for an average household for 3 to 5 to 7 days. So we have an enormous potential. I call this a battery on a wheel, because 95% of the time it should be supporting the grid. 5% of the time it will be doing a transport activity.
Jameni, tutawahi fika hapo. Tutawahi fika hapo. The struggles that we have right now and where ideally we need to be getting to, and especially now that we are living in a world where we are in the information age, we know what can happen, and then we also see what is stopping us from getting what can happen. You know, fingers crossed something happens down the road that, itatusaidia kama wa Kenya. Haya, tuendelee bado na mambo ya huko tu ambao watu wanafanya mambo huko ambapo sio Kenya. Co-founders Refik Anadol and Esnaf Erkilik have launched Machine Dreams Rainforest as the inaugural exhibitor for Dataland in Los Angeles, celebrated as the world's first museum dedicated entirely to artificial intelligence art. Spanning 25,000 square feet, the multisensory display processes 1.5 billion pixels to simulate an evolving Amazonian ecosystem driven by a large nature model. Rather than a static pre-programmed show, the exhibition functions as a real-time algorithmic dream that continually updates by reading visitors' biometric signals, including heart rate, skin temperature, and motion via medical-grade wrist sensors. Complete with dynamically shifting soundscapes and personalized scent diffusers, the interactive journey culminates with physical takeaways such as paintings or customized chocolates generated directly from the unique data of each audience interaction. Where?
So in these moments, the artwork can feel our emotions. Artwork can sense our biosensing, such as heartbeat, body temperature, and goosebumps and emotional responses. It knows our location, where we can interact with it, and the sound system around us can recompose where we are and how we feel. Our first exhibition dedicated to the rainforest. For this one, we trained a custom AI model called Large Nature Model. It's the world's first ethically collected data on nature, approximately 500 million images collected from the trusted sources with permission. For 5,000 years, we look at the artworks and we feel something. At Dataland, our question is, can artwork feel us back? To do this, we are using a special biosensing device, academical research, and this device called Empatica can receive the real-time data, the heartbeat, the biosensing data, the body temperature. In this museum, I am the artist, of course. I'm still human, and human is the artist. Dataland believes human-machine collaboration. We are always human-centric, human emotion. And that's one of the reasons the final gallery is reflecting our human emotions.
We? AI hatuoni ni kama tuna overdo. Hatuoni ni kama tuna overdo. Cause anyway, tuache mashida za wengine na technology na AI. Wacha turudi hapa hivi kwetu, ambapo more than 100 border operators from Burumba ward in Busia town have received a major economic boost after the Busia county government handed over 100 motorcycles to help improve livelihoods to fight youth unemployment. Hey, bro. Unajua, unaangalia the kind of things that other people are struggling with and the things we are struggling with. Man, shall we get there? I believe we can. But anyway, speaking during the handover ceremony, Burumba Ward MCA Tony Onyango highlighted that the self-employment initiative is designed to strengthen local transport activities, to give young people a sustainable way to earn an income, while strictly urging the beneficiaries to prioritize road safety and responsible driving. Echoing the call for long-term financial stability, Elugulu Ward MCA Josephat Wandera challenged the operators to join cooperative societies, that is SACCOs, emphasizing that pooling their resources will unlock critical financial services and affordable government loans to secure their future.
Na baadaye itawasaidia hapo awali.
Na hizi pikipiki wenzangu, sio ya mchezo, ni ya madeni. Na hii pesa ni merry go round. Wame deposit kwako pesa, ulipe, alafu tena utoe kwa hiyo stage yako, tena mwingine achukue nayo pikipiki.
Na leo nimefurahi kwamba mumewezeshwa kujiendelesha kimaisha. Mheshimiwa Tony ametoka kwa hiyo mrengo. Amesema akulipia deposit ya pikipiki ambayo utalipa, ukimaliza inakuwa ya, si ndio?
Tafadhali vijana, mkishapewa mapikipiki, kila mtu aweze kutia bidii.
Congratulations to the youth in Busia County. Hii nikiendelea kuongea nitachoma. Kuviwacha nimalize kipindi na the final story. Lands and Urban Development Cabinet Secretary Alice Ohome has hit back at opposition threats to scrap the affordable housing program, declaring the multi-billion shillings initiative entirely irreversible. Speaking in Captain Town during the site handover of Nyandarua University's main campus, Wahome emphasized that the housing project is firmly protected by law and remains a vital engine for job creation and affordable home ownership. Alongside the housing cabinet secretary and defending it, the cabinet secretary revealed that the government has allocated 1.3 billion for the first phase of Nyandarua University, funding critical infrastructure, including classrooms, academic blocks, and hostels, slated to accommodate over 1,300 students.
Kwa hivyo siku ya leo sisi tunafurahia sana kuona ya kwamba pia kama kaunti zingine za Mount Kenya pia Nyandarua tumepata nafasi ya kupata university yetu ya kwanza.
Tumesikizana vizuri sana na contractor ule atajenga hili jengo la university, ya kwamba vijana na wasichana wa hapa more than 100 ndio watakuwa hapa, watapewa hii kazi. Kwa hivyo create employment kwa hii mjengo yetu ya university.
Those naysayers, the critics of this program have really lost course. It is not possible for you to come up from nowhere and to think because you might ascend, you are planning, you think you'll be able to plan to get into presidency, and your first project is to do away with this program. Sahau na usahau mapema.
Haya, wacha sisi tujaribu tuone kama tutasahau yale ambayo tumefikiria kufanya baada ya kumaliza kipindi leo. But being a Monday, kuna kitu inaitwa Monday Movie Night by Mugambi Nthiga. Lazima niende nika drop in hapo hivyo ni enjoy some camaraderie and enjoying a movie. So huko ndiko ninaelekea. In case unataka kujua niko wapi, piga hapo hivyo kwa DM niulize, nitakuambia ni wapi ninaelekea. Otherwise, it's been a great Monday. This week is shaping up to be again an interesting one because we have the pre-planned protests on Thursday for the anniversary of those who lost their lives in 2024. We can only hope that it is going to be peaceful. But security forces nimeona washaanza. Wako kwa ground tayari. Tuko Monday na wako kwa ground. Kwa hivyo, inamaanisha usicheze round hii. Sawa sawa. Otherwise, hadi hapo tumetamatisha simkae poa.